Let's make you some money and have some fun while we're doing it. So today was patch day, and we're going to go over the full patch notes at the end after we talk about making the money. The only cliff notes, if you don't want to stick around for that, is that Thief and Revenant got some nerfs in PvP and World versus World. But the more important thing for me, anyway, is that the bonus event for Return to End of Dragons started today. We've got 13 days left of it. I think technically it's 14, but I have a tendency to screw up my mathematical calculations and overpromise a little bit, so we're going with 13 for the purposes of this. So if you go into your achievement panel here and you go to bonus events, the daily Return to End of Dragons are going to give you 1 mystic coin apiece for doing some daily achievements in different zones. I assume these are going to rotate through, and it's not going to be Dragon's End, Echo of Old Wilds, and Gyala Delve, but they're each always going to give you a mystic coin. So that's 3 mystic coins a day from that. Plus we have the Return to End of Dragons overall meta achievement here. If you finish tier 1 of the meta achievement, you're going to get 5 mystic coins. So if you manage to knock out the dailies for 13 days in a row, you're looking at 44 mystic coins. And if we pop those in at the sale price currently, you'd be looking at 77.8 gold of profit over the next 2 weeks, just for doing 9 events in Dragon's End zones daily. That's all you need to do, 3 in 3 different zones a piece. And then if you take, and the reason I say that is because to get tier 1 here, just going and talking to Detective Rama in Arborstone gets you 1 of the 5 achievements you need to finish tier 1. And then finishing 10 events in each zone will be the other 5 actually, if you actually do Gyala Delve. I know some people hate Gyala Delve, but I would consider doing it, especially since it'll be in the daily rotation. So that'll get you tier 1 done. You don't even have to worry about any of this other stuff, but you can finish off the achievement, and we're going to get to that here in a minute, by defeating each of the bosses: Prototype, Jade Behemoth, Revenge of the Void, Revenge of the Ravenous Wanderer, and Revenge of Renyak. All 5 of those are going to reward you with an Antique Summoning Stone, so if you nab all 5 Antique Summoning Stones, you're also going to make about another 8 gold profit. I'm quoting the estimated profit after listing fee and exchange fee for both of these, so all told, you're looking at like 86 gold over the next 2 weeks just for taking out 9 events a day, more or less. Be a little intelligent about it and take out the meta events while you're at it, and you're going to have it done no problem. On top of that, you're also just going to be able to go in, if you're like me. I mean, not like me. I've definitely done all of my achievements here, as you can clearly tell. If you still need achievements like I do, you can go in and you're going to have a much easier time, typically, getting any of these older End of Dragons achievements done. I say older like it's an ancient expansion, but it's not. But you're going to have a much easier time because the maps are typically a lot more populated. So on top of all of that, but wait, there's more. We've got the Return to End of Dragons achievement. It's only worth 150 Astral Acclaim, but it's 150 more Astral Acclaim than you had. And if you really want to make as much money as possible, 35 coins, divide 150 by 35. I don't know. I'm terrible at math. That's another 4.2 gold. That's terrible, but I mean, it's something. Maybe spend it on an old growth weapon selection box. I still haven't finished mine. So that's great. We've got plenty of money to make. Or if you're like me, I'm just going to be hoarding my mystic coins because I'm in the middle of making like a bajillion legendary weapons this year. But on to the patch notes. So like I said, the biggest things were the PvP nerfs, but let's start from the top here. So just a reminder, if you've got mods, you know, Blish HUD, whatever, it's probably broken right now, unless they already released an update for it. I can't stand doing the update mod cycle. I was spoiled by World of Warcraft, and they're the mod managers for that, so manually downloading stuff kills me. So for open world, they fixed some issues. You know, there were some checkpoints in skiff races that displayed incorrect map markers in End of Dragons. Fixed that. Fixed an issue that caused some Jade mechs to display a kill marker while going haywire, but before they became hostile. Fixed an issue that caused cargo crates in the Help the Sailors Deliver Their Goods event to have incorrect states for the towing the crates and no gliding effects. Terrible. I can't believe they left that in the game so long. Fixed an issue that caused a pile of rubble in the Stomp the Speakers from Stealing Kurzik Relic events to display its defend marker in an incorrect location. Tremendous. Great job, Janet. Added alternate enduring versions of the Fiery Dragon Sword, Icy Dragon Sword, and Infinite Light Sword skins that do not extinguish their effects when stowed. Fixed an issue that caused Moto's unstable Bauble Infusion Blue to be sold for less than its intended bubble price. Try saying that 3 times fast. So that price is going to be fixed for next year's Super Adventure Box. And homestead decoration recipes for racetrack decorations are now available from race price vendors. I'm sorry, homesteaders. I completely forgot about that between the time I read these and the time I started recording. That is a tremendous update for you. That's exciting. Fixed an issue that prevented party members visiting a homestead from placing decorations in some locations. I didn't know that that was a thing, actually, because I haven't touched my homestead decorations because I'm not a decorator. I wonder how many people are rejoicing right now. Seasonal achievements for player versus player have been streamlined with repeating achievements. Old achievements have been moved to the Legacy PvP Seasons category. We're slowly moving towards a more organized, more logical achievement panel. One tiny quality of life update at a time. I'm very happy with that. And then profession skills updates, Guardian, Hall of Justice, and Jurisdiction. Hail of Justice, not Hall of Justice. That's disappointing. You can't build a hallway. I'm sorry, Guardians. Fixed an issue that prevented this skill from being recharged by restorative virtues. And then Jurisdiction, they fixed an issue that prevented it from being affected by quickness and slow. Interesting. Simultaneous buff and nerf. Ranger, Untamed, Deft Strike, increase the size of this skill's hitbox area, and it's no longer affected by movement speed or animation speed modifiers. Interesting. And then, like I said, Revenant and Thief. Revenant got PvP nerf bat, Thief. I can't talk. Thief got PvP and World vs. World nerfs. So with Revenant, Abyssal Fire reduced the power coefficient from 0.45 to 0.3 in PvP. Abyssal Force increased the cooldown from 6 seconds to 8 seconds and reduced the Abyssal Raise cooldown reduction from 10 seconds to 5 seconds in PvP only. Abyssal Blot increased the cooldown from 20 seconds to 25 seconds in PvP only. Resolute Evasion reduced the strike damage reduction from 10% to 5% in PvP only. And Determined Resolution reduced the strike damage from 10% down to 7% in PvP only. Thief, on the other hand, double nerf bat. Cunning Salvo reduced the initiative gained on hit from 2 to 1 in World vs. World and PvP. Spinning Axe, the bleeding duration was reduced from 6 to 4 seconds in both modes. So I don't know nearly enough about the current balance state of those to commentate on any of those. But what I can do is you can click this video right here and hear about my terrible, terrible time in Super Adventure Box and why I'm not making an actual festival guide for it. It's a fun story. At the very least, you can laugh at how terrible I am at it.